Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I'm the owner and artist of Whimsy Pots, a small business where I make whimsical, witchy, and nature-inspired ceramics. All here in my home pottery studio. I'm going to take you with me for a week or maybe 3 or 4 days of a pretty busy week ahead of us. Today's Monday, it's already 11 o'clock and I can't believe I'm going to say, but I actually have like orders to pack. Normally I will pack 1 or 2, but today I have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. If the last person gets back to me with their shipping information, I can send that off to them, but I do have 5 orders to send and bring to the post office all at the same time. Oh, all at the same time. 1, 2, 3 will definitely go today. 1 is for a friend that is picking up, so I'm just gonna put it in a bag for her. So I will be bringing 3 boxes to the post office. That's never happened before. So I'm just gonna get started packing those and I'll explain them as I start packing. Okay, the first little thing is this froggy incense holder. It holds a stick incense through its hands here and it has a hole here and a little booty. This is for my friend and I'm gonna bring this to her today. And I've got a sticker on here with my logo and that is ready to go to Anne. The second thing we have that is gonna be shipped out today is this little tree luminary, and I give a LED tea light to go with it as well. Super cute. It has a little opening in the back. It could use a real tea light. I had a market this weekend and I actually didn't sell a single one of these trees. It may be because I priced them too high. I'm not really sure. But after the market, I put them listed on my Instagram, on my stories, with a little bit like discounted and free shipping, just so I could not keep all seasonal items. I have one more market coming up and I'm gonna be in a store, so I'll have more opportunities to sell them, but I really just didn't wanna risk keeping a lot of seasonal inventory. Since I'm packing multiple of these orders, I'm gonna just write the name of the person on this box in a spot where I'll later cover it up. So I'm gonna put the shipping label here. So I'm just gonna write Jamie, so I don't confuse the boxes later. I'm gonna put it to the side because I'm gonna show you how I finish up my wrappings. Okay, next is this booby mug. When she was ordering this mug for me this morning, actually, she sent me a message saying that she had bought one of the mushroom desk friends. She put it on her coffee bar and she cried this morning from how cute he is. Thank you for the good you put in the world. I never realized how much my things would affect people. So that was a very overwhelming message to receive first thing in the morning, and I'm so, so grateful that that brought her so much joy. If you're a potter, you may have heard of Pot Swap. If you sign up for that, it's only $5 to sign up. You can get assigned to a potter around the world or just around the States, and you'll send them something. So what I've decided to send to my Pot Swap this year is this mushroom mug, and the glaze came out really, really nice, and a little raccoon. I looked on their Instagram because you get all of their information, so you can kind of customize it really towards them. And the person I'm assigned to is kind of into some weird stuff, like really, really cool mugs with like these different characters and stuff, and I love it. That's my kind of thing. And so I was assigned to the right person for sure, so I think they'll really like this. If you haven't done the pot swap yet and you're a potter, you should totally do it. It can be for anybody. You don't have to be like a professional potter. You can totally be a hobbyist. You do pay for the shipping price when you send it, but you also get assigned to a person and you don't know who that person is. And so it's just fun and exciting. Maybe this week I'll get my pot swap and I'll be able to share that with you. I'm all out of packing paper, so I'm gonna switch over to bubble wrap. I don't buy bubble wrap or packing peanuts, but I do save it for if I get it in a package so I can reuse as many materials as possible. I'm hoping this will be nice and safe because I don't normally use bubble wrap, so I'm gonna try to err on the side of caution here and make sure it's really nicely secured. Okay, here's the exciting part of my packing. So I always do a wax seal for each order that I get. So I'm just heating up my wax melter right here. To be extra dramatic, I normally choose the colors based on the order. But for today, because we have so many orders to pack up, I might just do like some neutral colors that would work for everybody. And the wax seal I should get my business logo someday, but for right now I have like this skull with some mushrooms coming out, and I just love that vibe. While that's warming up, we're gonna write our thank you notes. I'm still just printing these out at home and cutting them as I need them instead of getting them done. Someday I'll make nicer ones and get them printed from Staples or something, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. I choose a color of tissue paper that I have. I have a whole pack of them, and I shove them into one side here. I shove them into the other side. So that way when you open it up, you can take this out. And I'm gonna wax seal the two sides together like this. Is this a little dramatic? Absolutely. But I want them to have a whole experience if I can make it that. That way they really can see how much I appreciate their order and them ordering from such a small business. And I carefully take my wax and I pour a circle of it on. Seal. And I let it sit for a couple of minutes to fully dry before I remove it. I'm gonna refill with a couple more. While I'm waiting for the last wax to melt, I'm gonna write up my shipping labels. Still write my shipping labels by hand. That's how small this business is. But I think eventually I'm gonna have to upgrade, and the reason why I haven't yet is because I don't really know what to do. I don't have a website or anything like that to like print shipping labels from. So for now, I'm just writing each one and then using like a clear big tape over top of it to kind of weatherproof it as much as I can. And that always does the job, but I do need to upgrade it at some point. We're back home after dropping off some things at the post office. I dropped off the 3 packages and I dropped off the order to my friend. I would like to get some throwing done tonight, but actually the first thing I really should be doing is getting ready for my next retail location. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a meeting with someone who I had a market and I met the owner of a small business there, and she really wanted my items in the store. So after the market, we scheduled a meeting. So this shop is like 80 vendors, I think, and they're all small businesses that are either thrifts, like up thrifts, antiques, small businesses, artists, things like that. And we all have a similar oddities or witchy or whimsical vibe. So I think most of the people shopping there will be my kind of customer. So that is what's making me super excited. The fee is super comparable to other places I've been. It's for the shelf that I'm getting. It's like a 4 or 5 tier shelf, and one of the smaller displays that they have, but it's $150 a month, which I think should be totally doable for me and the amount of things that I'll sell and the amount of inventory that I can bring at a time. They have some like little rooms where it's a whole shop of somebody else, like a whole storefront, which would be really, really neat to have someday. So we have to set up on Wednesday. Wednesday morning is my setup day, and I have a 6-month commitment, and then I can extend it after that if I was happy with the results from the first 6 months. And so when we get there on Wednesday, I'll show you everything. I'll walk around, we'll do the setup together and everything like that. And I'm really excited. I think that this is going to be a really good match, and the energy of the owners was perfect. And I felt super comfortable and excited when I was there. So what we have to do though beforehand is make our sticker labels, because they'll do a barcode system. So each item will have a price tag on it with a barcode so they can scan it at the front. And that's how they do their system. And a really cool part is I get a notification as soon as I make a sale, rather than at the end of the day waiting to see if I made a sale and getting a report that way. But I'll get a little notification on my phone every time I make a sale, which will be a nice surprise throughout my days. So I'm reading this instruction manual on how to set up my barcodes for my inventory, and okay, I'm just gonna get a bunch of these done and then we'll move on. Maybe I'll do some throwing. Before I throw, actually, throughout the day today, I got 2 different requests for some customs. Customs I think I'm going to accept. So I gave them a 6 to 8 week time frame, because next week I'm getting electrical work done for the kiln, and then I'll be getting the kiln, and that'll take some time to get used to. So with that time frame, they accepted that, and with the designs I have in mind, I have accepted the challenge. And so I'm gonna go sketch up some ideas and send that over to both of them. So I think I'm just gonna go sit down on the couch for a while and get that done on Procreate. I'll do some sketching and then I'll send it over, and then maybe later tonight we'll get some throwing done before we call it a day. It's actually 2 days later. Yesterday was a complete loss of a day. It snowed yesterday a little bit more than I think we anticipated. So I actually got like trapped at my best friend's house because I was a little bit too nervous to drive in the snow with my kids. So I was supposed to go to the cafe and get some editing done. I was supposed to go to the community studio and get some glazing done, but we're gonna pivot. I still have some more time this week to get those things done. Right now we're getting ready to go to the new store location. So I have all of my pottery in these bins because I had a market last weekend. So I'm just gonna sort through it and only bring what I know I wanna put stocked up onto the shelves, and then leave the rest at home. That way I'm not carrying too much around. We have to grab some display pieces and maybe some fabrics, maybe some ivy to decorate it a little bit. I don't think when I leave there today, it's gonna be like exactly my vision, but it'll be close. We'll get it as close to my vision as we can in the short time frame that I have. I have about an hour to set up over there and then I gotta go. I think I got most of my barcodes done on my computer. I think I have 1 or 2 more to add, but that takes like 10 seconds, and then I'll print the barcodes out there when I'm there, and I'll give you a tour of the store when we get there. This is how I pack everything up. I have these tall totes, and the lid is tall as well. It has like an inch at the top in case I have a taller piece. I cut this like soft foam. That's about ½ an inch thick, and I put it all around, and then I put the pottery pretty tight so it doesn't move around in here, and then I just rip some pieces of cardboard and put them in between each little piece like a puzzle. I'm gonna bring some more of these trees that I had from the market, and hopefully these will sell. I love these beaded ones. It's a couple days later, and I have some scary, awful, amazing, really good, terrifying news. I just got email confirmation that I was accepted into my first Ren Fair. It's gonna be small, not like small. They get about 2,000 attendees a day, which is not nothing. That's kind of like, I would say, a typical market for me. But the thing about the Ren Fair for my items is that my items are so geared towards people who go to Ren Fairs. So whereas like a typical market, I might get some people who would be interested in my items, it's like the majority of people would be kind of into the whimsical, nature-y kind of items that I have. And although it's smaller, and there's certainly larger ones around me, it'll be a really good like stepping stone into getting accepted into bigger ones. Because the thing with the Ren Fairs is that most of the time you have to vend for like the entire season, which could be a couple months long. And I'm nowhere near ready for that, but these Ren Fairs like to see that you have some experience doing one, large events, or like this kind of event where it's a whole themed type of thing. So for me to have this now on my like vendor resume will be really, really, really good. And the same people who run this event run a larger Ren Fair in the state. So right after I got confirmation that I was accepted into the smaller one, I received an email saying that I was waitlisted for the larger event, which will come later in the season next year. So like this one I'm accepted into is early spring, and the one that's bigger that they run is in the fall of next year. So they said, depending on how I do at the smaller Ren Fair, we'll decide if I get accepted into the bigger one, which like no pressure, right? This morning's plan is 2 planters that are customs, and I always make extra pieces. So I only need 1 planter, but I'm gonna throw 2. I need a custom potion mug, so I'm going to make 5 of those because any extra that I have, I'll just be able to sell. 3 incense, which is also a custom. Again, I only need 1, but I'll be making 3. And then I'll make some desk friends, maybe like 6 to 8, depending on how much I can get out of the clay that I grabbed. Those are also customs. 2 desk friends are going to someone. These are all customs, oh boy. So the scary thing about the Ren Fair for me is, of course, I signed up for this. I did this to myself, but with the new kiln coming in, I am having like doubt that it's going to work for some reason, or like I'm not going to be able to make the inventory to match the amount of markets that I'm doing for next year that I'm signing up for. So when I'm getting these acceptance letters, this is the first acceptance I've gotten for 2026. It feels like a lot of pressure. Like, what if something goes wrong and my kiln experience is poor, or I can't figure it out, or it's just not working, or something's going terribly wrong. I don't know why that would happen. That doesn't sound like a thing that is real, but I am an anxious lady and can often like make up fears that aren't really gonna happen. Like, what if I get the kiln and it just is terribly wrong and I can't get my customs back in a timely manner, or I don't have inventory that's made. Logic doesn't really work, you know, with anxiety. It can just reassure me, and then I just have to see it come to fruition. I just have to see it really happen, and then I can settle down. So the thing with these customs too, like, I doubt if I should have taken them, because I took them this past week, but I only have 4 more weeks at my community studio. So if I don't get these customs done before the end of December and sent to the glaze kiln, then that means that I have to glaze it in my personal kiln that I'm getting. And what if something's terribly wrong? What if I ruin all of these customs that I'm making right now, and I have to redo them all and have them wait again? But I guess if they have to wait, it's on my timeline and not the community studios, and I could get it redone in like a week. So that's not that bad, I guess. New things are hard, guys. New things are hard. So I'm just going to finish throwing all of these pieces, and then we're going to make our way to, well, let's see. I actually have another order to pack up and send out, so we'll go to the post office again, and then we're going to go to the community studio because I have a glaze deadline coming up. If I want to get things back in time for the holidays, I have to glaze it by Sunday, so I'm going to go and do that today. And then I will probably stay because the community studio is also a cafe, and maybe get some editing done. We'll see how time's looking for us at that point, but we should be able to get a couple of hours in, at least 1 hour in of editing, maybe eat something, and then it'll be time to go pick up my kids and the workday will be over. And then I'll get these guys trimmed up maybe in the morning, or if they're looking good, I guess I could trim them tonight if I'm feeling up for it. But I feel like it's going to be a long work day, so I might want to spread it out.
Power of words, tell me stories, legends before, ones who ran with the wolves, broke free from all ropes, fair or stray, the one who can't be contained.
Okay, so we're gonna throw a hanging planter. And that's when I have like a big bowl shape. I add 3 holes when it's leather hard, and I can attach a chain to the top of it to hang. The thing with throwing these is I throw it upside down. So the bottom here attached to the bat is actually the top of the piece. So it's going to be nice and wide. The tricky thing with these is that I try not to trim them too much to not warp them on the wheel. So it's kind of a just throw and then clean it up after. So that means that I have to try to get it rather thin so it doesn't have to be trimmed. I pushed all the way down to the bat, and now I'm just pulling it all to the walls. While trying to not get it off-centered too much. I'm going to take any clay that's on the bat, just so it'll be easier to get it off. And let's make sure it's centered. It's pretty good.
Bridle, trained to be tame. Nature gave a new name. Source to nurture the world. Ready, sing a new tune. Weight of it all won't get me down.
So when you throw these pieces like this that are like enclosed and doesn't have any access to air, wherever this joint is, so like for example jars, or in this case an upside down hanging planter, this point here needs a lot of compression to make sure it doesn't crack. It needs a slow drying time, and it needs, the most important part is it needs some airflow. So I'm going to poke towards the top of the piece, because if this was flipped upside down towards the top, I'm going to put in one hole and I'll do one on the other side just to make sure it has good airflow while it's drying. Otherwise, once it dries and it gets to almost leather hard or even bone dry, it will form a crack right here at that joint. So lots of compression at the joint, and then slow drying and airflow. That is how I'm able to throw my one form jars and items like this. I'm going to wire it off, and we have our first hanging planter. I'm going to make one more as identical to this as I can.
Travel on by locomotive, turning of the century. See their fine clothes, soot is turning, satin's black as the night can be. But there's a new line, the like a walnut, the coal as green as a mountain.
I'd say that's pretty close.
Over water, Northern Railway beauty sings. Didn't you know that Miss Phoebe Stone, her dress stays white both day and night upon the road of anthracite? Tip your cap and pay your fare. Track is winding ever higher. Breathe that New York mountain air. And in the next
Okay, here's everything all done. We have 4 mugs, 3 incense, 2 planters, and just 5 desk friends. I'm gonna go wash up, get dressed, and then we're gonna pack the order real quick and head to the post office.
now, Phoebe, don't fret. Bring your book along, yeah. For the cars stay bright by electric light upon the road of anthracite. Pagoda sleeves and dinner jackets. See the people laugh and sway. Conductor do you see this lasting? Will we always ride this way? Now there's a war on whole world over. Boys need coal that's burning clean. Out of fuel now, the lack of woman. Days of real fade into dreams. Dear Phoebe, they cry. Now we must say goodbye. Pack your suitcase tight and bid goodnight to the darling road of anthracite. I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two elbows. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see the same things you can see, understand the meaning on a new degree. Maybe that could happen when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Could be 20 minutes or an hour or two. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk.
Oh, the lilac snow drifting down so soft and slow outside my window. I watch it go. Oh, the lilac snow. And though the world may seem so still, it's coming in a distant chill with the memories of winters past.
Good morning. Today is Monday and we have the electrician coming today. My husband and I are awake a little bit early just to get a quick one more tidy done before he gets here, because he's going to be here for like 8 hours today at least. So my studio is pretty clean, but I have some cleaning on the floor to do just so he can have a path. And then I'm going to make sure that the room with the electrical panel has a path for him, because that's our storage room and our water heater room. But we're replacing our whole electrical panel today and upgrading it to I think 200 amps. The reason why we're upgrading it is because there's some corrosion in it. And the panel that we have right now would be perfectly fine for the kiln. It would actually work, and that's because we have gas, like a gas range and gas water heater and stuff like that. So we don't have those things taking up the electrical unit, but because it's so corroded, he has suggested that we just have to replace the whole thing. It's a hazard keeping it that way, and we might as well upgrade it. Like in the future, we'll probably get an electric car or maybe a split unit. So we'll need more space. So anyways, it's like an extra $4,000, $4,500, something like that. And that, to settle into the thought of doubling our budget for this, was certainly shocking. I also have a little bit of laundry that I left in the new kiln room that he'll also be working in today, so I have to clean that up real quick, and then I can give you a little tour of that before he gets here. Here's the room. There was that workbench right here. That's why it's like different colored paints. We have our deep freezer in here, which we'll probably be keeping in here. The kiln will be going right here underneath this window. The window is getting replaced probably this week or next week. And he'll have to come and add some wiring here and then add the proper outlet that we need for the kiln. Sometime this week, I might start on cleaning and scrubbing the walls and shop vacuuming to clean everything up so I can really give it a good clean, and then I can start to prime the walls. But other than that, everything that will be in here will be the kiln and probably our deep freezer. Maybe a couple lamps or two. And then I have plans on getting either a shelf, or this shelf was already here, so I might just add on along this wall to not take much floor space. But it's coming along slowly but surely. My pot swap is here. It's a few days since I saw you last, but I wanted to get on because my pot swap just arrived. It's in a box that says like tea blends. I bet they just reused this box, which is so eco-friendly. We love that. This came from Illinois. I have been waiting so long. And Pot Swap on Instagram, they're so active online and they post on their stories all day. Everyone's sharing what they made or what they're receiving. So it's just like a tease every single day. Got a little postcard. Hello from Illinois. My name is Katie. I've been a potter for about 6 years and I'm mostly a hobbyist, but I do sell ceramic minis at a local shop called Relics, which is where I got this postcard. The sticker was made by a close friend, and the tea is a local favorite I pick up at the big farmer's market. I hope you enjoy. P.S. I love your shop. I think we share similar vibes. Keep embracing the whimsy in life. Yes, yes. Thank you, Katie. Oh, that's the best. More packing paper that I get to keep. There's like 3 or 4 things in here. Hold on, let's start with the tea. Mermaid Kisses is what this tea blend is called. I love loose leaf tea so much. It's jasmine, peach, and green tea in a fun ocean color. Peach is my favorite kind of tea. Oh, and it's caffeinated, which, yes, thank you. Which one should I start with? Okay, let's start small. How do you even make something so small? Oh my gosh. My goodness, look at this little mushroom. Oh, with her initials on the bottom. Goodness, how do you make stuff so small? Oh, these little 2 together. I always do like a Christmas winter kind of village on my mantle, so those are going to be so cute on there. I wonder if there's more tea themed things in here. Wow, look at that. I'm genuinely so impressed. Okay, last one, and it's the biggest one. It says Whimsy. What? The camera's not even going to capture. It can't even capture the colors, especially on the inside of the mug. Is that real gold luster? I need to message her. If this is gold luster, that'd be crazy. Look at that. Oh my God. I am gonna love this more than my own mugs that are in my shelf right now. Thank you so much, Katie. I love this so much. I wonder if I have a tea infuser. I might have to get one. It's been a while since I drank loose leaf, but I might still have mine around. Thank you so much. If you guys aren't participating in Pot Swap yet, I highly, highly recommend it. It only costs $5 to join. It's pretty affordable, and you get like really unique things from people that are just so special to you, and you create connections and everything. So I've got to find her on Instagram now. So I guess she already found me. They do it once a year, so you can join like their mailing list or find them on Instagram, and they'll post. They do it every year around the holiday season. So I highly, highly encourage you to do it. You don't have to be a professional potter. Katie's just a hobbyist, as she said. So I would join if you haven't already, because it's so fun and exciting. I'm gonna leave it at that. I have a few errands to run today. It is fully the next week since I saw you, so I have to get some things done. I'm absolutely making some tea in this today, and maybe I'll go out now on my errands and run out and grab a tea steeper if I don't have one already. If you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. I've been posting more frequently. I have to finish the customs that I was working on the other day, and this week I've been having the electrician come. He's got to come one more time tomorrow. Next week my kiln will be here, so look out for that video, because it's a roller coaster ride for sure. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you in the next one.